Let me begin by briefly quoting Tom Van Doren's book, The Wake of Crows. He writes about hope as an integral part of the ways in which worlds come into being and pass away. A project, not a vague optimism about the future, but something that must be worked on, built, shared with others. Hope grows and expands as we actively care, within the context of the many, always unequal constraints that shape our possibilities, with foresight, prudence, and care as relational work. End quote. More than an empty wish thrown to the wind, hope wove its way into and through the world in the person we love and admire, Landon Pearson. Good afternoon. My name is Virginia Caputo, and I'm the director of the Landon Pearson Center for the Study of Childhood and Children's Rights. It's an honor to pay tribute to the finest colleague and collaborator I have ever known, and with whom I shared a friendship for over 17 years. To Landon's children, beloved grandchildren, and great grandchildren, my heartfelt condolences. Landon embodied so much good in her life with her forceful vision of human rights and unbreakable perseverance in making the world a better place. She arrived at Carleton in 2005 following her retirement from Senate at mine and my brother's invitation, with her substantial resource library and steadfast vision for all children. With the launch of the center in 2006, Landon began marking many children's rights related milestones annually. Over the past year, we've been working on recreating the UN Special Session on Children on its 20th anniversary. Prime Minister Chrétien had appointed Landon as his personal representative to the meeting, and she wished to highlight what children had said about, quote, a world fit for us in 2002, and hear what kids are saying their priorities are now. It certainly brought a smile to Landon's face when Mr. Chrétien appeared on Zoom at her 90th birthday party and acknowledged that appointing her was the best decision he had made. In 2007, the center launched one of its signature events called Shaking the Movers, a workshop designed for children ages 7 to 17 to, quote, have the floor, as Landon would say. In 2019, we piloted Shaking the Movers for 3 to 7-year-olds, and this year Landon was thrilled to support Shaking the Movers for Indigenous children with colleagues from the First Nations Child and Family Care Society. Following Shaking the Movers, in 2008, Landon created CRAN, the Child Rights Academic Network, to gather a multi-sectoral group of adult decision makers with the express purpose to listen and respond to young people's concerns arising from the Shaking the Movers workshop series. When CRAN gathers in a couple of weeks, it will be for the 15th year in a row. A few years after CRAN, Landon wanted a publishing space for colleagues to share ideas, so we designed the Canadian Journal of Children's Rights. I recall a meeting where we were told it was too tall a task to start an open access journal. Well, one glance across the room from Landon, and I knew we would make it happen. Proud to say in November, our 10th issue will be released at our annual National Child Day celebration, another of Landon's favorite center events. It's no coincidence, I imagine, that her birthday is just a few days before, on November the 16th. I would joke with her and say she'd always be guaranteed a birthday cake and a celebration surrounded by young people, which she loved, especially when they came by the center to use her resource library, the largest collection of children's rights materials in one location. She has now over 14,000 children's rights documents, books, and videos. With students, I would say that she had a Landon effect, a way to connect, and if they wanted, she would never let them go with her support and wisdom. It's hard to imagine the world in the same way without Landon, and the absence of her presence is difficult. The center's a little quieter. I miss the laughter, discussions, the visitors who wanted a bit of Landon's time and wisdom. From high-level diplomats, senators, academics, teachers, children, Landon would welcome them all. As exceptional as she was equally humble, never really believing that what she did was more than anything anyone else could do. I'm grateful to have encountered such a phenomenal human being in my lifetime. My deep sense of loss is bound up with a profound sense of joy when I think of Landon. There's no question her legacy will live on. May her life be a blessing to us all. Love you, Miss Yolanda.